This is a first and second stimulus check update. In this video, I'll go over the first stimulus check dates. With the second stimulus check, I'll go over some updates with that, and then I'll answer questions you leave for me in the comments. In regards to the first stimulus check with SSI, SSDI, veterans, RRB, payees, it seems like tomorrow is the day, May 28th, that a lot of people are getting pending deposits or have been told that they're going to receive the stimulus check on May 28th. With the paper check schedule, this is what's going on here. So this upcoming Friday is going to be, if you make $60,000 or less, it'll be mailed out on May 29th and could take up to 14 days delivery time. In regards to the second stimulus check, it got passed in the House by Democrats, still waiting for the Senate to revise and pass that. And Senate is on recess right now, so that won't happen probably until at least June 1st when they get back into office and start talking about it. Mitch McConnell made a quote yesterday. He said this on CNBC: Congress will probably have to pass another coronavirus stimulus bill. So if we go down to his actual quote, Mitch McConnell says, "We need to make sure we have unemployment insurance properly funded for as long as we need." So this is referring to the HEROES Act, which would extend unemployment up until January, which currently it's up only until July. Then he says, so in the next few weeks, we'll determine whether there is yet another bill. So still holding off on whether or not there should be a bill. Also, Mitch McConnell is talking about how he really wants liability protections for doctors and businesses as the economy reopens. This way, these businesses don't get sued by workers or patrons of those businesses. Next, the IRS released two new news releases yesterday, which have nothing to do with the stimulus check. So let's move on to the questions you leave for me in the comments. If you want your questions answered, leave it down below and I'll do my best to try to answer it in a future video. So let's go here. First question, Jennifer Alcala. I am the payee for my daughter's SSDI, and we checked her Direct Express card, and she has her payment pending for May 28th. So I've been getting a lot of questions regarding payee or SSI, SSDI, veterans. It seems I'm getting an overwhelmingly amount of comments saying May 28th is the day, although nothing has been released by IRS or SSA. But in the comments, everybody is saying May 28th. Next question comes from Jennifer Virgin. So are we getting the second stimulus check anytime soon? The answer to that is no. So the HEROES Act passed in the House. It's waiting for the Senate it's waiting to pass in the Senate. Once it passes in the Senate, then the president signs it. And then from that point, once the president signs it, it'll probably take around 2 weeks for everybody to get their stimulus checks, or majority, or however many people to get their first wave of stimulus checks. So to answer your question, is it coming anytime soon? No, it is not. We're still waiting for Senate to get back from recess and negotiate this bill to be passed as law. Next question comes from Tiny Sanders, says, called Direct Express and they told me that there was no pending deposit for $1,200, but $783 on my pending deposit, not $1,200. So the reason for that, there could be a few different reasons why you're not getting the full amount of $1,200. If you owe any child support, you will not receive the full amount of $1,200. It'll go to the parent that the child support is owed to. Or if you have an overdrawn bank account, although this is Direct Express, so it wouldn't apply to that. If there's a judgment against you, then you won't get the full amount. Next question comes from Antonio. Antonio, I finally get my payment tool, and it says scheduled for 20th of May, but no funds have came in. Call my banks and there's no pending deposits. My question is, does it take more time to receive funds after they give me my date? So you're not the only person who has experienced this, where they said they're supposed to get a direct deposit on a certain day. Sometimes what happens is they try to do a direct deposit. Even if all the bank information is correct, it's an error on the IRS system, then it goes back to the IRS, and then they issue a paper check, which could take 14 days delivery time from the day that they actually send it out. And through the Get My Payment tool, they haven't been notifying people who are getting a paper check or being updated their information from direct deposit to paper check. Next question comes from Robin Johnson. David, what about all the people who haven't received their unemployment checks yet? I hope everybody gets them soon. So this is a serious issue not a lot of people are talking about. So around 39 million people filed for unemployment, and there's been reports that only 60% of them have actually gotten their unemployment checks due to states being backed up, not being able to handle the volume. That means there's over 15 million people who haven't yet received their unemployment checks, which is a serious issue. Supposedly, I looked into this, states are trying their best to get unemployment checks out, but this is a really serious issue that I think needs more attention too. Next question comes from Vicky Truitt. I've claimed my nephew for 11 years because I have full custody, and now I'm on disability. Will I get a check for him? He is 16 now. So you should be able to get the $500 to claim him as a dependent. Now, if you already received your stimulus check and you didn't get the $500, then you'll get it in 2021 as a tax credit when you file your taxes. And the next comment comes from Renee Long. The $1,200 is scheduled on the 28th. That's great. I got no extra money for dependents. So a lot of people are reporting this as well. So if you claimed your dependents, even if you did it within the deadlines that the IRS gave, or even before that you had them on your taxes, for whatever reason, the $500 per dependent has been not given to many people. So the only way, as I mentioned before with the last comment, if you wait until 2021 to file your 2020 taxes, that's when you'll get the $500 per dependent. Next question comes from David Paul. So what do I do if my stimulus check was deposited into the wrong account because I filed taxes through an agency? So when you say wrong account, I'm assuming you don't have access to this bank account anymore. So let's just say it gets deposited into an old bank account that may have closed, or you don't have access to, or for whatever reason the IRS can't put it into that account. It's going to go back to the IRS, and whatever address they have on file, they're going to send you a paper check. If the money was deposited into a bank account that you don't have access to, once all this clears up with the pandemic and the IRS has better phone service, and you got the letter from saying that you got your stimulus check, hold on to that letter because it's going to verify which bank account it went into. And if you didn't actually receive the money, if you could prove that, then when there's more customer service, then you could present that for proof to say that you haven't gotten your stimulus check yet. If you're looking for free money or free stocks, I have a spreadsheet down in the description below, and it has about 10 investment apps. Just for signing up, you could get a free stock or two, which could be valued anywhere from $5 to up to $1,400. So if you want, you just sign up, get the free stock, and then you could deposit that into your account. And if you want to watch more second stimulus check updates, you could click this playlist over here or this video over here, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, be safe. Thank you for watching.